Hey y'all, it's your girl Jada J. If y'all saw the same episode I saw, you're stressed out. June, we probably gotta wait till June for the next episode. Let me think about this. Last season we had to wait till June. The season before that we had to wait till, and to make matters worse, we had to wait till June 30th last year. Tyler, why you gotta end it like this? I haven't been this mad at a finale since, what was that, season 2, remember? When the gunshot and then the exterior shot of the house, and then we had to wait until, I think it might have been July we had to wait. I was so mad, dude. I'm so mad. I cannot believe, it was so good though. Like, that's why I'm mad, because we have to wait till June. Because let me see, if Love Me Was Wrong, March, April, May. If Love Me Was Wrong, probably is going to go off in May. And I don't know why, with this show, right, we can get the premiere, like, okay, yeah, with this show, because If Love Me Was Wrong is coming back next week. But with the haves and have-nots, when it's, like, if Love Me Was Wrong has a finale, we won't get the premiere for the haves and have-nots the next week. We don't get the premiere for the haves and have-nots till, like, 4 weeks later. So after we get the finale of If Love Me Was Wrong, which is going to be in May, we won't get the haves and have-nots until June. Unless Tyler adds more episodes to If Love Me Was Wrong, because usually we get 11 episodes. Like we do with this show. But sometimes this show gives us 12 or 13 for the first or second half. June, Tyler, with a cliffhanger like that, I'm so mad. I cannot believe. And all the stuff we got this episode was so fantastic. I'm mad at how good it was. And now we have to wait. When Hanna came out that bathroom, y'all can't even lie. Y'all thought it was her, right? Because we seen the blood on him. And Melissa, dude, I cannot believe this right now, dude. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I can't believe it. Like this, I'm in shock. I can't believe this. We're gonna go in. Believe it. So this is the Haves and Have-Not season 5 episode 11, In Pursuit of Prey. This was no joke. Okay, so we open up with David and Erica. Okay, so I had to stop and go back because I didn't want to go through all of that. It was too much. It was lasting too long. I said, okay, I can't. So then we finally get to the part where she's telling him to stop because Warlock is just like standing there, I guess. And she tells him to stop, and then you have David talking about some, wait, I'm almost there. And we didn't need that, Tyler. It was unnecessary. You just stopped when she said to stop, you know. So then she's like, no, I can't stop. So he's like, all right. And he's like, are you okay? She goes, yeah, I'm fine. He goes, no, you're not. Like, something is wrong. She goes, no, I'm fine. He was like, I'm sorry. It's just that you're so amazing, and I love to touch your skin and all this, that, and the third. You know, I'm like a schoolboy when I'm next to you. I just got carried away. I'm sorry. She goes, no, you didn't get carried away. You know, nothing happened that I didn't want to happen. It's just that we're going too fast, you know. And he's like, are you sure it's not my situation or my age? Or she goes, no. Like, that's completely fine. It's worked out well for me, quite frankly. You know, some more than others. She goes, but I didn't even notice your age. Like, trust me. It's just that I think we're going too fast and, you know, all this, that. So he's like, you know, I'm really sorry. You know, do you want me to leave? And she's like, yeah, you know, I think that's a good idea. He's like, okay. He gets up. He's putting his clothes on. She's like, don't be upset. He's like, I'm not upset. You know, I understand. I'm just sorry that I pushed you. She goes, no, you didn't push me. He's like, I'm just sorry that you're upset. Like, whatever, David. Stop. You know what I mean? Just whatever. Say which F you would be out. So, all right. Yeah. Anyway, so he's like, yeah, you know, I'm just sorry that you're upset. She goes, no, I'm not upset. I just think we might have, you know, went too fast. You were drinking. I was drinking. He's like, yeah, I get it. And, you know, she's like, thanks for being understanding. He's like, yeah, I always try to understand. And then he's like, well, I'll see you tomorrow. She's like, of course. He's like, yeah, blah, 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 whatever. And then she's like, I'll call you. He's like, I'll be waiting on your call. Gives her a kiss. Okay, he's up out of there. Warlock, we thought that motherfucker exited stage left. Nah, that motherfucker went in the closet. And excuse my language, people. All right. We getting a little R-rated for the finale. You feel me? Anyway, he come out the closet. We waiting on you to come out the closet now. He comes out the closet, right? He up in the closet. No, dude. Okay, never mind. He coming up to the, y'all remember? All right. This is not the time for this. Not the time for that. Remember that had like 23 parts to it? I went to go find them. It was good. You was patiently waiting on that like it was a movie. I pull out my Beretta. Remember that? Anyway. Sorry, I'm sorry. So then, so he come out the closet and he walk over to no, it's not. All right. It's so tempting. Like you can't. Okay. Anyway, he comes out the closet and it actually cuts to commercial. We come back and he's looking at her. He's just looking at her, and then he's like, I don't like to see that. And she's like, relax, baby. He's just a mark. Baby this, baby that. Which we've already been saying Erica's been snaky from the beginning, and that she has some relation to Warlock. We already knew. The Jedi said that was his baby mama. All right. And he goes, I hate to see that. She's like, yeah, he's just a mark, baby, all this. You know who I was before we started dating. He was like, well, who was that guy? She goes, a mark. That's all you need to know. He goes, Erica? She goes, look, I don't get involved in your business. You don't get involved in mine. He's like, I don't like that. She's like, yeah, I know, but I didn't call you. He was like, well, you wasn't answering your phone. She was like, then that means I'm working. She was really running like Warlock must be whipped because she was just talking to him any kind of way. Because usually he seemed like the type to just, slap somebody. But, she was just, baby, this, oh, baby, don't be mad. Oh, this, that, whatever. Which, please. I'm over it. And then he goes, well, how much is it worth? She goes, a few million if I play it right. And he goes, a few million? She's like, yeah, it was all Candice's idea who set it up. He goes, what? She goes, yeah, apparently he got someone to take $4 million from her and she's trying to get it back. And she's like, but don't worry, we'll get her for all $4 million, not the $2 million that we got. He was like, yeah, but she had me set up and had the money taken out of my trunk. She goes, actually, no, that was Mitch. He's like, what? Because remember, Mitch told him that in jail and he thought he was lying. Like, nah. And then so he's still like, nah, that didn't, he was like, nah, but she set it up. She was like, no, I was actually there in the car when Mitch said that he did it. Remember when they were in front of the campaign headquarters and Mitch came out and was talking to Candice and Erica kept being like, who is this? And Candice was like, shut the F up and mind your business, which, okay, I'm being told she didn't say that. But so, yeah. So he's like, nah, Mitch ain't connected like that. She goes, well, I don't know about connections, but it was him. That's what she told me. He was like, nah, she had to have set it up. She was like, you know what? Maybe you are right. Maybe she did set it up. Nah, witch. You had it right the first time. Now you gonna add fuel to the fire? Really, witch? You haven't done enough? And then she's like, now give me a kiss or whatever. And that motherfucker said, witch. If you don't get away from me, you was all up all over that man and stuff like that. She goes, well, I could take a shower. Do you want to join me? He said, no, I want that witch Candice. Like he literally said witch this time, but he said the B word. Y'all, I don't do none of that around here. Nah. All right. And then he goes, you said she was here. And she was like, she was. Like, I don't know where she went, though. She goes, you want me to call her? He like, yeah. So she calls her. She's not picking up the phone. So she's like, oh, hey, Candice, I just wanted to talk to you. Tell me where you're at. So I want to fill you on what happened with David. I think we got him, girl. And hangs up the phone. And then so Warlock is like, she's not picking up the phone. And so he mad as heck. She's like, calm down and everything. He's like, she goes, we're going to get her for everything she's got. He's like, I don't care about that. I want her dead. And she's like, I know. And I don't care at all. But I'm just saying, I don't want her to do anything to spook David. Like, I want to still make sure we're able to get that money. And he's like, are you backing out on me? She's like, I don't give a dang about Candice. His phone rings. Oh, yeah. Okay. Fountain Drop Hotel. All right. Thanks. Peace. Hangs up the phone. She's like, the Fountain Drop Hotel. That don't sound like Candice. He's like, well, that's where she at. She's like, wow, she must really be low. She's like, I'm so happy that Witch's life is falling apart. Like, Witch, you are really jealous and sad, huh? And then, so, he's like, I don't want to see you with that man no more. She's like, I'm working. And then he leaves. All right. So then F the Witch, F her. I knew it. I didn't say she was the baby mama, because remember the Jedi said that was the baby mama. I said the witch was snaky. Snaky. Not snake. She was snaky. Put that Y at the end of it. She was a snake. All right. Then we switched to Candice and Charles. She goes, you're quiet. After she pulled out the recorder, bam. Like, yeah, witch, I had you on record. So we go to them. She's like, oh, you're quiet. Okay, she goes, you're quiet? He goes, how much did you tape? She said, all of it. And I got some videos, too. He's like, really? So who is this for? Who are you working for? She's like, nobody. He goes, it's all you? She goes, yeah. You don't think I'm capable? He was like, no, you're good. You're very good. She's like, yeah, I know. Thanks. And he's like, I knew you were a plant. She's like, really? He's like, yeah, people told me my opponent would try something like this. So what do you want? He thinks like his opponent like tried to set this up or something, but nah. But he goes, so what do you want? She goes, I'll let you know. And he goes, wow, this is so sad. The first time I let my guard down and this is what happens to me. She goes, that's BS. He said, excuse me? She goes, you've done this before. He's like, no, I haven't. She's like, yes, you have. You're like most men in power. You use and abuse women, and then you walk away as soon as you get what you want. She goes, well, you can't use and abuse me, Mr. President. You're stuck with me. You can't walk away. I made it so you couldn't. She goes, you messed with the wrong female. He said, and you just ruined the best situation of your life. That arrogance hit again. And he's like, I'm a kind man. I'm a good man. He goes, when I was with my wife, I never cheated on her. I never cheated on my girlfriend. You know? He's like, I didn't have to lie or cheat or deceive to get where I am, and I'm proud of that. He was like, I never had to be that person you just described, but dealing with you, I could see how someone could become that way. And she's like, oh. She goes, that was good. And then she goes, you're going to be fun. And he's like, I will not be blackmailed. She said, I didn't say I was going to blackmail you. He's like, but so what's with the recording? And then, what did she say? She just goes, it's going to be fun. I want you to come back here after you're done campaigning and after your debates. Come back here and lay in this bed naked. No, not going to happen. She goes, yes, it will. She goes, see, you're one of those in public, when we were talking before, and you didn't come out and say it, but he goes, you were recording that conversation too? She goes, yeah. But you were saying that you don't really like to be in a position of power. You don't like to be that way in public, but in private, you like to be dominated and submissive, you know. You don't like to have that firm, what did she say? You don't like to rule with a firm hand. That's only for the public. She goes, a little witch sometimes is what you like to be. She goes, this is where the domination starts. He goes, I will not play this game. She was like, so you sobered up and now you're afraid? I'm not afraid. She goes, and I want you back here drunk, okay? And don't keep me waiting. And then she goes, Charles, he turns around because he's about to leave, throws him the recording. He's like, so you're going to give this to me? She's like, yep. He goes, you got any more copies? She goes, I don't know, maybe. He goes, Candice, I'm in the midst of trying to make history here. Is that what he said? Yeah, I'm trying to make history here, and you're trying to derail it. She goes, I'm going to give your boring, double political science and law life some excitement. She goes, actually, I need a little excitement right now. She was like, strip. She goes, get to stripping. Should I put on some music? And I was confused by this because were you just that tempted by Candice? He goes up to her, and then she goes like this, and he gives her a kiss. After he just found out he got played the F out of like a fiddle, right? You're going to come up and you're going to give her a kiss. She went like this. And he just, I don't know what's going on. I don't need no dominatrix stuff, Tyler. I'm over that. Okay, let's not. You know what I mean? He already did too much this season and I'm over it. So I don't know. I think maybe he don't mind being played. I don't know. Then we switch to Jeffrey. Okay, he's texting the rehab lady. And I don't know about y'all, but I said, who the heck is Anna, Jeffrey? Who was that? And then I remember that you reading, I was like, let me actually read the text messages and forget about the name. Anna is from that rehabilitation center that Jeffrey was telling Wyatt to call. So he's really worried about Wyatt. This really came to fruition that Jeffrey is still in love with Wyatt to the fullest. And I think that's blocking. I feel like that's why he's not talking to Justin right now. He's not even really mad that they were fighting. He just kind of knows, like, I'm still in love with Wyatt, so I don't want to use you. I don't know, that type. He likes Justin too, but whatever. So yeah, he's texting the rehab lady like, oh, please take care of him, make sure he's okay. She's like, don't worry, he's in good hands. And he's like, thanks so much. Like, he's really in love with Wyatt still. So then we switch to, like, he switches over to Justin, and Justin's texting him. And he's like, Jeffrey, please, I'm so sorry. I'll never do that again. Please reply to me. He didn't reply. So Melissa gets up and snatches the phone. And he's like, give me my phone. What are you doing? And she's like, who is Justin and what is he so sorry for? He's like, give me my phone. She's like, why don't you have pictures of guys in your phone? Or anyone for that matter. I was interested by that. Why don't you have pictures of anyone in the guy thing? I was kind of like, really, girl? But why don't you have pictures of anyone in your phone? I was interested by it because I was like, why would she say, why would that be I'm reviewing. You're kidding me, right? Oh my goodness. Sorry about this, y'all. Are you serious, Jasmine? So yeah, she goes, why don't you have pictures of anyone for that matter? And then she goes, why are you so mad? Like, what happened? Like, why are you so upset? My cat woke up. Okay, so get from under the table, Clarabelle. So then, some people distracting me, you see? She goes, why are you so upset? He's not answering her. She goes, I dated a guy once who would do things to me, treat me like crap, and then send me apologies all through the night. She goes, so if he's that type of guy, dump him now. It's never going to change. Or she goes, is he the jealous type that probably saw those like messages like that from Wyatt and got upset? She goes, I think I figured it out. She goes, well, that won't work either. She ain't lying. And then she goes, but that's none of my business. And then she goes, if you want to go to him, take my car. Because if you try to start yours up, she'll hear yours. My car is parked up the street because she won't let me park in front of the house because it looks too cheap. And then she goes, do you want to go to him? Ignores him. He ignores her. She goes back to bed. Then we switch to Wyatt. Okay, Anna comes in, the rehabilitation lady, with a doctor and the freaking person who checks the money and stuff to make sure the payments are in charge of admissions. So Anna comes in. She's like, Wyatt? He's like, yeah. And the doctor's is like, how long have you been trying to kick it? He was like, just started, and I feel pretty sick. And then the admissions lady immediately, our services are $1,000 per day if you want someone to stay with you, and your doctor's visit and program is $10,000. So how would you like to pay? And she just comes up. He's like, there's a credit card over there. She goes, thank you, and she handles that. All right. There's a credit card. Yeah, there's a credit card over there. And she goes, so do you know a Jeffrey Harrington? Because the doctor, he's like, I need to get some vitals. So the doctor's not taking his vitals. He goes, you know a Jeffrey Harrington? She goes, you know Jeffrey Harrington? He's like, yeah. She goes, well, he goes, how did you know that? She goes, well, he's been calling every 2 hours to make sure that you call. And Wyatt was like, really? Like, I don't know. I'm confused about that because it was kind of like, I don't know. His reaction to it was like, I didn't know he cared that much. And it was kind of annoying because Jeffrey. I don't know. Like, I hope people have been saying they think Wyatt is realizing his feelings for Jeffrey. I don't know about that. We'll have to see. In June, everybody. So, yeah, he's like, really? And then the doctor goes, your blood pressure is through the roof. Like, what are you on? He goes, everything. He goes, well, you haven't taken anything, today, right? He's like, no, I haven't. He goes, when's the last time? He goes, yesterday, I think. He was like, I was in the hospital. I overdosed. He goes, how long ago was this? Wyatt is like, I think yesterday. And the doctor's looking like, what? And Wyatt was like, look, I haven't done anything today. All right. And then so he's telling him, he's like, I feel sick. He's like, well, I got to get some blood work, man. He's like, I can't even stand up. He was like, don't worry, I'll help you. He's like, then we got to take this drug test. Gives him the thing. He's like, all right. Then we switch. So Wyatt is finally trying to get some help. So we'll see what happens. I hope it's legit because I don't know about that asking for money. I don't know how I felt about. If Jeffrey knows them, I'm gonna chill about it. Then we switch to Benny. He's asleep in front of the door, still in the chair. Hanna come in. She's like, Benjamin. He's like, oh, sorry, Mama. I was trying to make sure Candice didn't leave. She was like, well, it didn't work. He was like, what? And sees Candice is not in the bed. He was like, dang it. She went out the window. She's like, if you better not wake this baby. All right. And then he tries to call her. She doesn't pick up the phone. He's like, Candice, like, where are you at? Call me back. And he was like, okay, let me see the car keys. Like, I need to go find her. And he's like, can I use the car? She's like, yeah. And he's like, you want to tell me where the keys are? She was like, you going to tell me what you did? And then she goes, did you kill Quincy? He was like, no. She was like, I was told that 2 people killed him. And then one of them was a male from like how the stab wounds were. He was like, who told you that? She was like, the police. He said, Mom, you went to the police? She like, yeah. He's like, why did you go there? She was like, to turn Candice in. He was like, Mom, what? Why would you do that? She was like, I'm trying to protect her. He was like, what the? And he kept like saying HW hockey stick. She was like, say that again, Benjamin. And he's like, all right, why would you do it? She was like, I was trying to protect her. She was, I talked to Warren. You're right. That little bastard does want to kill her. He was like, yeah, I know that. She was like, so putting her in jail, that's the only way to protect her. He was like, stop, because you weren't trying to protect her. She goes, yes, I was. He goes, no, you weren't. And he can still get to her from jail. And I agree with Benny. I said, you was not trying to protect her, and I'm over you. And she ain't feel no type of nothing. Like, Hannah's still my girl, right? But I did not appreciate this because you knew where Benny was at too. And at the time, you thought Benny also participated in the murder, but you only gave up Candice. And we all at the same location. Well, you thought Candice was there, but she not. So you can't, oh, I don't know where Benny's at. Y'all was all in the same place, but you was only giving up Candice? And you thought Benny had participated in the murder as well? Really? Didn't appreciate it. And then he said it, he was like, no, you're not trying to protect. Stop. Just stop. You know what I mean? And so he's like, she's not safe. Like, he could still get to her locked up. And she was like, well, you gonna be locked up? He was like, she goes, you gonna be locked up too? He's like, for what? She was like, Quincy. It was a man who stabbed him and all that. He was like, it wasn't me. And then she goes, well, why was your bracelet there? He was like, give me the keys. He was like, I gotta go get her to make sure she's safe. She goes, I'll give you the keys as soon as you answer me. He goes, you know I'll take them keys. She goes, let me see you do it. I want to see you do it. And he's like, Mom, come on. Ward's looking for her. I need to go find her. And she's like, she needs to turn herself in. He's like, Mom, come on. She goes, and so do you. He goes, I didn't do anything. She was like, so you still gonna stand on my face and lie to me, right? You still gonna stand on my face and lie to me, right? So then he calls Mitch because she's not giving him the keys. And Mitch is out of jail. He like, oh, yeah, man, I'm glad you out. Like, I need you to come get me or whatever. He like, oh, for real? Like, why? He like, I need to go look for Candice. I don't know where she at. She left. I don't know where she is. He goes, I need a ride. He like, all right, man, no doubt. You want to meet me somewhere? He like, nah, man, come pick me up. Like, come pick me up. I'm at the fountain drop. He like, all right, I'm on my way. Then he was like, you really not going to let me use the keys? She was like, no, I'm not. And don't ask me again. Okay. Then we switch to Candice. All right. Listening to Jeffrey's messages. Jeffrey's message about Hanna went to the police. Erica's message talking about, girl, I want to know what room you're in so we could talk. Nah, fake witch. And I hope Candice does not. She ain't tell her, because I was for a second, I was like, she gonna call her? I said, don't even tell her, Candice. Benny talking about, Candice, where are you at? Pick up the phone. She was like, oh, dang, Benny. You know what I'm saying? As she about to call somebody, an incoming call. Who is it? If it isn't the Jiminy Jim, all right? Not by the hair on my chinny chin. I don't know how I did that. So Jim. It's Jim. So, you know, he pick up the phone. Well, she pick up the phone. She goes, who's this? He goes, it's me. She goes, who's me? He was like, you gonna tell me you've been with so many men you don't know who this is? She's like, I'm hanging up. He was like, it's Jim. She goes, Jim who? He was like, Jim Cryer. She goes, how much money did I get from you? He goes, $7.4 million. She goes, no, the first time. He goes, $100,000. She goes, and he goes, a Little Bit sports car. She goes, oh, hi, Jim. How are you? He was like, well, I'm fine. You know, hi, Candice. She goes, well, this is a surprise. He's like, I miss you. She goes, too bad I don't feel the same way about you. Well, you know that. He goes, no, wait a minute. Hold on a second. He says something about, well, you still got my money or something like that. And she said, well, you know the money is gone. And he's like, huh? She goes, you had the bank give me a loan, and then if I didn't, and then foreclose on everything that I own. He goes, oh, so you know about that, huh? Remember Veronica told her that Lloyd was a freaking banker who was in the pocket of the Criers? And he goes, you know that, huh? She's like, yeah. He goes, I should have known how clever you are that you figure that out. You know, really trying to kiss up to her. And then he's like, who told you? She goes, doesn't matter. He goes, I want to see you. She like, that's funny. Like, you must be kidding. And he's like, no, I'm serious. I miss you and all this. She goes, name your price. No, he goes, name your price. She goes, Jim. He goes, name your price. She goes, $10 million. He goes, I meant your escort rate, Candice, not your blackmail rate. She said, is there a difference? He said, maybe not to you. He's like, come on, you don't miss me? She like, nah, dude. He's like, not at all. She said, nah, you were a job. Now that job is done, so I'm moving on to the next thing. And he's like, for real? And she goes, you know, Jim, you're going to have to try harder than this if you're trying to set me up. So she's being smart right now. Hold. Yeah, she's being smart right now. So you have to try harder than this if you're trying to set me up. He's like, I'm not trying to set you off. I mean, I'm not trying to set you up. I'm just want to be with you in this, that, and the third. And then she's like, no, I'm not coming anywhere near you. Bye, Jim. So it didn't work. So, you know, he's already calculating, trying to figure out how he's going to get her. Because he already told George, we getting her. All right. So then we switch to Benny. Okay, Mitch is coming up. He came in the hotel room. He's like, let's go. And he's like, where are we going? He's like, we got to go look for Candice. He's like, where's she at? He's like, I don't know. She's somewhere around this town. We got to go find her. So then Hannah gets in the way. Like, he about to leave. She like, you're not going nowhere till you tell me what happened. You know, because Mitch did his thing. Oh, hey, Miss Young. Hey, Mitchell. You know, how are you? I'm not good, Mitchell, and all this. So then she gets in the way of Benny. She's like, you're not going anywhere till you tell me what happened. And he's like, Mom, please, like, I gotta go. Like, I can't do this right now. Your daughter's out there and Warlock is looking for her. And she's like, did you kill that boy? And then he's like, Mom, no. And then Mitch is confused. He's like, what boy? And she's like, you went on this too, Mitchell? And he's like, what are you talking about? He goes, you talking about Quincy? She goes, yeah. And he goes, Benny, is that what that lime and plastic was for? I was like, really, Mitch? But then Benny was like, really, Mitch, you're going to do this right now? He was like, that's your mother. You better tell her. She goes, so you were in on this and all this? And she goes, what did you do? And she starts hitting him because she's panicking. Like, now I know for a fact my son, somehow participated in his murder. He's like, Mom, calm down. He's really trying to calm her because she's like, what did you do? What did you do? She goes, tell me what you did. Tell me what you did. He goes, Mom, calm down. I love you and all this, that, and the third. I'll be back. I'm going to bring Candice right back here. I'm going to come back. So then he goes, I didn't do nothing, Mom. Everything's fine. So they leave. Now they're leaving. Mitch, they go into the hallway. Mitch is telling Benny, like, dude, you need a lawyer. He's like, come on, Mitch. Like, I didn't even do that. He's like, man, look, I know you're involved in this somehow, even if you don't want to tell me, and you need a lawyer. Okay, lawyer. He was like, come on, he was like, you don't know no lawyers? He like, yeah, man, I know one. He was like, well, call him. He said, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. He said, so what? We'll wake him up and call him, man. You need to lawyer up. Like, come on now. You my boy. So he was like, man, but she crazy and stuff. He was like, all broads are crazy, man. Like, come on now. I was like, shut up, Mitch. All right. He calls up Veronica. He like, yo, I got a legal situation. And I need to, because first she tried to act like, he's like, this is Benny. She goes, Benny who? He was like, don't act like you don't know who this is. Look, I need help. I have a legal situation. And she's like, well, what is it? And then she kind of like playing with him and stuff. And he's like, look, if you're going to help me, then help me. If you're not, then let me hang up the phone. She's like, all right, come to my house. He's like, okay. He was like, I'm telling you, man, she's crazy. He was like, all right, but it is what it is. And she goes, whoever calling me at this time must not know what time it is when she first picks up the phone. So then he goes, what's the address? And then she goes, I'll text it to you. So then we switch to Jim coming out of the study. Everything is gone, like empty as a shell. Okay. Everything is gone. And he's looking around. He going through the kitchen and the drawers and stuff like that. He's like, what the heck? He goes, Catherine. She coming down the stairs. She like, yeah. He goes, what the heck? Were we robbed? She goes, no, I took everything. He goes, I was in my office. I didn't hear a thing. She goes, you weren't supposed to. And he goes, have you finally lost that mind of yours? She's like, nah, Jim. I'm done with you. She goes, you were supposed to leave. You didn't. She goes, and guess what? I will sell this house right from up under you. Okay. He goes, Catherine, we need to stick together through all this. They're looking for a body. She goes, well, if they find it, we'll fall apart, but we won't be together. And he goes, Catherine, this is not the answer. She goes, no, Jim, you are not the answer. And if I have to sell this house for $5,000 or even donate it to charity, I will, because we're done. It's over. She goes, I'm getting a divorce. He goes, Catherine. She ignores him. Kate. She still walks out the door. We switch to David. Jim calls David up, like, yo, are you awake? He goes, you sound wide awake. He's like, yeah, I am. I'm having a drink. He goes, where at? He's like, I'm at the Artesian. He goes, what's going on with you, Jim? Like, are you all right? He goes, Catherine took everything I own, and the quietest moving crew I ever heard. I was in my office, and they came and took everything I own. And she says she's leaving, like, she's done. And David is like, dang. He's like, you want me to come over? He like, nah, man, I'll come to you. He need a drink. So he like, nah, I'm gonna come to you. If I still got a car in the garage, I'll be on my way. And he's like, we could celebrate my divorce. And David's like, we could celebrate mine too. They hang up the phone. All right. Then we switch to Jeffrey. He hears a car approach. And Melissa's like, who was that? He goes, mind your business. I really could not stand tonight. It really got on my nerve. And we only seen them in like 2 scenes. And he was literally talking to her. She goes, who was that? He goes, mind your business. She's like, I'm a human too, right? Like, I have feelings. He goes, shh, Melissa. I'm like, really, Jeffrey? You really on dumb right now. And I want to mention he was actually sleeping on like the chair because he didn't want to be in the bed with her. So Jeffrey kind of sneaks, and when he hears the doorbell, Jeffrey kind of sneaks out the room because he's going to eavesdrop. And so it's Benny. Benny comes in, hi, Mrs. Harrington, this, that, and the third. Veronica's like, well, before you stepped in my house, you need to give me an apology. He's like, I'm sorry, Veronica. And she goes, okay, well, it must be something for you to call me, this late at night. And he's like, yeah, I got a situation on my hands. She's like, yeah, you said that. What is it? He goes, so let's say I had a friend who didn't murder anyone, but he buried a body. She goes, okay, where? He goes, a backyard. He goes, but let's just say he lost something. He's like, she goes, what? He goes, She goes, no. Okay. She goes, the buddy that we're talking about. No, she goes, are we talking about Quincy Maxwell? He goes, yeah. She goes, well, did this buddy murder him? He goes, no, he just buried the body. And then she goes, well, what? He goes, what should he do? And she's like, well, he could start by taking off all his clothes. And then, so he was like, what? He's like, nah, Mrs. Harrington, I'm not here for that. Like, I really need your help. I'm asking you for your help. And then he's like, I didn't come here for this. She was like, well, I didn't expect to be awakened in the middle of the night. He goes, I need your help. She was like, well, you could help yourself to this body and all this, that, and the third. And, tries to, like, put her foot, like, up his pants. Or I don't know. It was weird. I was over it. And he's like, nah, dude. Like, I'm not doing. He's like, you know what? Never mind. I'm leaving. She's like, you sure? And then he's like, he was like, I shouldn't have came here. She goes, you sure? You sure? Like, what are you doing, Veronica? He's like, you're crazy. And she goes, you sure? Like, what? So then he goes out and gets in the car, and Mitch is like, what happened? She goes, nothing. He goes, nothing. She's not gonna help me. And he goes, I came in there just trying to ask for help, and this broad is talking about banging. And then Mitch was like, typical broad, and they laughing. I was over it. Okay. So Veronica, I guess, kicks her shoes off, goes upstairs. And then she goes, you like to eavesdrop, don't you? Because Jeffrey's right up the stairs. And he's like, she goes, shouldn't you be asleep? He goes, shouldn't you be ashamed? She goes, no, I'm heterosexual, dear. And so he's like, what was that about? She goes, you didn't hear? He was like, I heard some of it. I heard he didn't want you. She goes, oh, so arrogant. Just go to your room. And she goes, you he just gave himself and Candice up as a murderer. So if plan A doesn't go out, plan B should, like, that'll be put into motion. He's like, my keys were there. This is what I didn't like. That's all you have to say, Jeffrey, is your keys are there? You're fine with Candice and Benny going down for a murder that you helped commit? I don't like what Jeffrey... I don't really care for Jeffrey right now. Because, like, what are you doing, Jeffrey? That's not you. You got to be cool. That's all he had to say was, my keys are there. Like, how was that? Which, really? And then she goes, well, that's just a minor detail. And he's like, yeah, whatever. She goes, now get in bed with your future wife. He's like, yeah, whatever. And he goes in the room. So I didn't appreciate that on Jeffrey's end. Like, you should have been like, I'm not doing that, whatever. And she goes, you might get away scot-free after all. So he goes back in the room. He was like, you know what, Melissa, I'm not sleeping on this dang shit. I forgot to mention, sorry. When Jeffrey leaves out the room, Melissa gets a phone call. And she's like, why is my mom calling me this late? But as she's getting on the phone, Jeffrey doesn't even pay attention to her, and he leaves the room. So at that time, she's on the phone like, hello? And I was like, oh, snap. Because she said, my mom never calls me this late, and picked up the phone. Right now, he goes, Melissa, I'm not sleeping on this dang chair. This is too much and all this. He's like, and when I get in this bed, don't touch me. He's like, these dang chairs always hurting my back. And so he's laying. Melissa comes out the bathroom, gets in bed. She goes, my father died. This is when I was really done with Jeffrey. Jeffrey said, too bad. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. I said, Jeffrey, are you serious right now? She just told you her father died. That's what you have to say? Really, Tyler? You had to write that? So I didn't write that, Jeffrey, but I was on set too. I said, Tyler, I don't want that. I don't want that for Jeffrey. So yeah, he's like, too bad. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. And then he's laying over, really about to go to sleep. And she's crying and everything. I'm thinking he's about to turn around because he's like, why is the bed wet? He goes, did you pee the bed? Pulls back the blankets. It's blood. Like, she, like, stabbed herself or something. I don't know what is going on. He goes, oh my God. He's like, why did you do this? Why did you do this? I cannot believe we have to wait till June at the earliest. I'm so upset. Then we switch to Mitch. Now, this scene is where it got real. I'm telling you, dude. We switch to Mitch and Benny. They coming back. And he goes, Miss Young, we didn't find her. She goes, I know, and you won't find her because she doesn't want to be found. Like, she knows that's how Candice is. She don't want to be found. You ain't going to find her. She goes, I asked my boss to find you and your sister. I asked her to find both of y'all criminal lawyers. She'll get back to me in the morning. She goes, now tell me what you did. Mitch goes, he buried the body. Did you kill him? Benny's not answering. Mitch goes, no. She goes, Mitchell, I'm talking to my son. He goes, yes, ma'am. He goes, well, answer her, Benny. He goes, no, I just buried the body. She goes, you didn't murder him? He's like, nah, as soon as I got there, he was already dead. She killed him. She goes, the police said there was 2 people. He goes, Jeffrey. She goes, Jeffrey who? Harrington? He's like, yeah. She goes, no, there's no way. He goes, that's what she said. She was like, well, she's lying. They don't even know each other that well. That's how well you know your daughter, Hanna. They freaking dang near best friends, or used to be before this murder thing. Because now they switching on each other. And I knew that was going to happen. That's why, because at first, y'all be partners in crime. Literally, like, bam, bam, like, you know. And then it'd be kind of like, oh, F you, because you might tell on me. And that's how it is right now between Jeffrey and Candice. And I hate it. Especially Jeffrey is really cold shouldering Candice. Like, because he still thinks it's her fault that he stabbed him trying to protect her. Like, no, Jeffrey, we appreciate that you did it because you was protecting your friend, but you looking at Candice like she put the knife in your hand. So he's like, yeah, Jeffrey Harrington. And he goes, Mom, she's not lying. She know it just don't make any sense. Bam, they bust down the door. It's Warlock and all the homeboys. Like, what? They bust up in there. Where's Candice? Where's Candice? Where's she at? We know she here. We know she here. Hanna automatically, she about to try and approach Warlock, like, calm down. Benny, like, nah, back up, Mom. He immediately go up to Warlock. He bucking up, like, what you finna do? What you finna do? So Warlock and him, they immediately start fighting. Bop, bop, bop. Mitch, you know, Mitch is a ride or die, and he looked really Italian to me tonight. Like, it didn't really hit me before, but tonight he had the little chain, you know, dark hair, and I don't know, I was like, yeah, that's an Italian mobster right there. That's him. A dude start coming for Mitch. Mitch start fighting. He taking people out, throwing people and stuff. Benny and Warlock is getting it in. He got a couple punches in on him. He got a few on him. So they just fighting. Next thing you know, War and the goons, they pulling guns. Mitch and Benny, they duck for cover. They got the mattress, right? They hiding behind the mattress. I'm like, oh, somebody about to get shot. So, because when they shooting, I thought it was about to cliffhang right there. I said, Tyler, are you serious? But nah, we see the whole thing go down. Hanna grabs Quincy before they get to the mattress. Hanna grabs Quincy, runs into the bathroom. Once everything's like going down, she like, nah, picks up Quincy, goes to the bathroom. They start shooting. Mitch and Benny get up under the mat. They moving the mattress in the way so they don't get shot. Then, so they shooting. They hear sirens. That War's like, come on, let's go. The goons and War run up out of that witch. Like they saw roaches. So they ran up out of there, right? So then Benny gets up off the floor, you know, after he got himself to, he's like, you hit man, Mitch, they checking themselves and stuff, like, you hit man, nah, I'm good, you good, yeah. Benny tried to get up and, like, go out the door. Mitch is like, nah, don't go, it's over, like, don't be a fool, it's over with. So then he's like, Mama, because he didn't see where she was at. Mama, sees the door, it's bullet holes all in the bathroom door. What happens? Opens up the door. I thought, again, I said, Tyler, if you cliffhang it there, I'm done with you for life. Opens the door. Hanna comes out. I'm like, oh, snap, Hanna got shot. I seen the blood. We see Quincy in her hand, bleeding out. He was shot. My baby brother Quincy got shot. The credits rolled. And Hanna was in shock. I cannot wait to see. First of all, I'm so upset. Like, because remember all that time Candice thought Quincy was dead and he's really been alive like all these years. When Quincy told her I threw him off of the Brooklyn Bridge or whatever it was. But he's really been alive the whole time. Now he's dead. So you get your son back and then you lose him again. Could it be possible that he's not dead though? I don't know, because how they was looking, it wasn't hurry up, caught up. It was like, nah, he's dead. There were sirens though. If Hanna wouldn't have gone, I'm not even about to blame her. Because if she wouldn't have went to go see Warlock, they wouldn't have known where they was at. That wouldn't have happened. Then again, she went to see Warlock trying to protect Candice. I'm so mad. I cannot believe QJ is probably dead. Like, when she came, because I immediately, like I said, said Hanna was shot. And I was like, oh my goodness. I see Quincy in her. I said, I wasn't even ready for that. Like, I really wasn't. Because when we seen how they stressed the bullet holes on the bathroom door, I said, oh, somebody got shot. So I knew that. And once we saw that Benny was good and Mitch was good, this but go back. Remember when they was holding on If Loving You Is Wrong, when the baby was dangling like this? Tyler, you killing the babies? I can't, dude. I can't. And then Melissa. Next season is about to be on and popping. I'm telling you. Once Candice gets wind of this, I feel like Warlock is gonna wish he never did it. And once she finds out Erica knows Warlock, like, not that fake. My sister Jasmine, witch, please. You know what I'm saying? You not only were you trying to take her for everything that she got, but then you hate the witch. On top of that, you jealous of her. That's how it sounded to me. I cannot believe this. June, though? The show is most likely coming back in June. I can't believe this. Alright, well, I gotta do my shout-outs even though I'm not in the mood. Okay. Alright, so shout-outs. Okay. Let's see. QJ? Rest in peace to QJ. A moment of silence for QJ. But he's probably, I'm gonna say I'm gonna be hopeful and say he's still alive. I'm gonna say Melissa's still alive, so we're not even gonna do the moment of silence. But Doran Provis, what's up, my main man, Doran Provis? Doran if y'all don't read his reviews down there, you're not living. You're not living. Doran gives a mean review of the show. Okay, I would say it's better than mine. You know what I'm saying? And that's very difficult to say because I'm killing it. I'm being told that was pretty arrogant of me. No, I'm just kidding. Doran gives a fantastic review though. It's slamming. It's slamming. It's off the chain. Like, you're reading it, you're just like, where's the rest? You know, it's fantastic. Appreciate you, Doran, because you've been down with me for a minute. Appreciate you. All right. Keith Turner, what's up? Appreciate you tuning in every week for the review. You know what? You always leave a comment, man. You've been keeping it real since day one. Also, you one of my main viewers. Appreciate you, man. Nothing but love. Real C. I know you've been waiting on your shout out for what? 3 weeks? So my bad, homeboy. You know, you've been down with me for a minute also. I think probably since I first started doing reviews. Appreciate you leaving a comment every week. And congrats on being able to go see Belle Biv DeVoe. You know what I'm saying? You could have let me know. You know what I'm saying? Could have took me or something. You know. But keep on with the filmmaking, man. Your films from what I'm seeing are fantastic, and you really got a great talent there. So please keep that up. Thank you so much, Rel C, for watching my stuff and waiting for your shout out, patiently waiting. Appreciate you, Rel C. Who else? Miss Malika 64. I know you a David and Erica fan girl, but you know they be doing a little bit too much with them scenes. Appreciate you. Diva Queen. Thank you so much for being able to tune in when you can, and you always leave a comment when you do, so I appreciate that. Who else? I don't want to forget any of my people. See, I should have had this stuff written down, but because I'm forgetting something, right? Hold on a second. Can't believe it with this episode, y'all. Cannot believe it with this episode. They wildin'. Oh, Kadarius Whitley. My other main man, Kadarius Whitley. Look, y'all, I need to let y'all know, since Kadarius has started managing chief of staff, he's chief of staff. I haven't had to fire anyone lately, if you guys haven't noticed. So yeah, he's chief, all right? He's managing. Appreciate you, Kadarius. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's see. I'm gonna say that if I forgot you, I'm so sorry. I'm highly upset. I'm gonna probably go back and watch the episode again just to make sure that was the right episode. All right. So I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in this season. I'm almost made it to 300 subscribers. You know, y'all have really been supporting me and helping me out. Thank you so much for tuning in for these reviews, even though they're long. Check out the Jedi's review. I know most of y'all come watch the Jedi's first and then come to mine, or I might even be the last on the list, but definitely check out the Jedi's review. And of course all his other work. And be here for If Loving You Is Wrong next week, Tuesday. I'll be here, hopefully, God willing. And actually today I didn't even have school today because in my city the snow was really bad, so all Buffalo public schools were closed. So yeah, I had a day off today. So I was just lounging around, but I should probably be going back tomorrow. So, yeah, Tuesday, be here for If Loving You Was Wrong, you guys. I'm so sorry if I forgot anybody. Please let me know in the comments. I'm so sorry. It is the one and only your girl, Jada J. Thank you so much for watching. See you Tuesday. Peace.